God.
Those savages are threatening our whole operation.
See, I'm something of a,
I'm a big fucking hearted hero. Little fight meal. I like that.
You in my house, motherfucker!
You've called out the thunder. Now get ready for the boom!
What's up, savages?
International Fight Week!
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Savage MMA Show, and it's a big one.
Savage MMA Show. Let's get it rolling.
We got Bellator to talk about from last week, and then we've got the big UFC 226
It's finally
cover.
here.
We got some news, too. All kinds of fights are being made, man.
Hell yeah.
And we got a felony charge on somebody that I didn't
Oh,
realize
my God.
that was going on.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. We'll talk about that later, but I guess we'll kick things off with the Bellator card from last weekend.
Yeah,
Bellator 201.
Let's get it. You want to start from the main card? Or do you want to talk about Ed Ruth?
Well, not just Ed Ruth. Let's talk about what happened in the prelims and try to figure out why they were all in the prelims. So
I'm not really sure.
Ed Ruth, who you guys have heard us talk about ad nauseum, probably. We talk about him all the time.
Pretty much every other fight. Pretty much every
Undefeated
other show.
prospect, fought on the prelims.
Yep. It's because he was moving up in the weight class.
Moved down a weight class.
Moved down in the weight class. Yep.
Undefeated prospect, Joey Davis. Fought on the prelims.
Yeah.
Undefeated prospect and USA Wrestling team member, Tyrell Fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Take a guess where he fought.
The prelims.
You got it.
All right.
Why? I don't know why they stacked these all into this card and put that on the prelims while Son of Couture,
Yeah, that one was definitely a prelim fight.
he didn't get any, he's only there for name recognition value.
Couture's son got pasted.
It was a
Straight
starch.
He got starched.
Yeah. So, I guess we'll start by talking about, and just throwing in a mention saying all the undefeated prospects still undefeated.
Still undefeated.
Yeah.
No surprise there.
Yeah, Tyrell Fortune and Ed Ruth win by TKO. Joey Davis wins in a decision, 30-26 across the board, so he dominated
Domination. Too. Complete domination.
We kicked off with Juan the Spaniard Archuleta.
Oh, my God.
This is his second Bellator fight.
Very impressive.
I think coming into this fight, he was on a 14-fight win streak.
Mm-hmm.
He was impressive the first time we saw him, and he was impressive again here.
He's one of Bam Ludwig's guys. TJ Dillashaw.
Oh, Dillashaw, Ludwig, what are they calling that? The training lab?
I don't remember what they call themselves. But
they're calling it the training lab. Train is in, like, rain. It's TREIN.
Gotcha.
Training lab.
He's legit. That looping knockout he had was vicious. Complete instant KO.
Oh, yeah, man. That was a filthy KO.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was KO of the night, for sure.
He buckled dude immediately.
On a normal night, I would give him Savage of the Night, but
yeah,
he can't have it.
No, he can't.
We'll talk about that later. The next fight up, Valerie Letourneau beats Christina Williams.
Yeah.
Unanimous decision.
What'd you think about it?
I thought that it was a pretty good example of what you see usually when you have somebody, a veteran with that many fights, going up against. I think that was Christina Williams' third fight in Bellator. I don't know how many previous fights she had.
Yeah.
Not many. She's young. It's a learning experience, and I think we see that quite often in these type of matchups.
Kind of like the OSP Tyson Pedro last week. A little bit of a learning experience. Fighting. Yeah. You're going to take your bumps before you get to the top.
Most of the time. It's pretty rare.
You have to be something special.
It's pretty rare in this sport that somebody actually runs undefeated to the title. Mm-hmm. The only ones I can think of off the top of my head are John Jones.
Conor McGregor.
John Jones. No, McGregor had a loss.
It's a very small group of people.
GSP.
Yeah.
GSP ran undefeated until Matt Serra got a hold of him.
You have to be extremely special to run the tables.
Yeah.
Like, you usually take some bumps before you end up being a superstar.
Yeah, pretty much everyone's got losses. Even
Stipe lost to fucking Struve.
Stipe lost to Struve. Mighty Mouse lost to Dominic Cruz.
I mean, there's Holloway lost to Connor.
Yeah, that was early Holloway, though. That'd be a lot more interesting fight now.
Damn right it would be.
But either way, it's the thing we say all the time about there being levels, and that's a pretty good example of that. Because as good as Christina Williams had looked, I don't think she was ready yet for a title shot, which is pretty much what this fight is.
I think that's what's going to happen, actually.
Yeah. I think Alima McFarland, they asked her about that after.
She said she was down. She said she just wanted to have it in Hawaii.
Good with me.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
So, Saida Wad knocked out Ryan Couture, and then Alima McFarland.
Starched.
So we'll just move on there.
Starched.
Saida Wad, that's another one of Dillashaw's guys. He looked pretty good.
It was a good night for them.
Good night for that gym. So then Alima McFarland defends her title against Alejandra Lara.
And she put on an absolute showcase and showed how dominant of a female she is.
Yeah, man, she just looked like a jiu-jitsu master. She was in complete control of the ground game.
Yeah, there was no doubt who was going to win that fight. Like from pretty much Jump Street, she was just absolutely spectacular.
I never once thought she was in trouble. Mm-mm. She trains at 10th Planet. That's Eddie Bravo's place.
She's incredible.
And she's definitely a master level.
I mean, just textbook.
At jiu-jitsu.
Just textbook.
Her striking could use some work.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, if she can do that to anybody, it's going to be hard to beat her.
Yeah, if she gets you to the ground, fucking forget about it. I mean,
she smothered that poor girl.
What do you think about her versus Letourneau?
I think she'll win.
I think it'll look this. I think Letourneau will actually give her fits because she's a lot better striker.
She could, but same token, you get her. I mean, if she gets her on the ground,
she's a lot tougher though.
It's over.
She's tough, man.
She might be able to take McFarland, but I'd still give McFarland the edge coming in.
Yeah, if we were picking the fight today, I'd pick Alima.
But it will probably go to a decision, most likely, because I don't think either one's gonna put one away.
Yeah, I think Letourneau's ground game is good enough to at least
like withstand the blows,
to fend off the submission attempts.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like that's the thing here is Alima McFarland looked like she was constantly on the offensive from the ground. She was looking for submissions at every single
as
turn.
Can possibly be. I mean, she just absolutely put on a showcase. I
was very impressed with that.
I was too. Savage of the night.
She's definitely the savage of the night. Congratulations to her.
Yeah,
look forward to watching her fight again, man.
Absolutely. Hopefully it'll be in Hawaii if she gets her wishes.
Anytime you can see somebody that, is that good at their game, you always want to see the best.
I love watching people that are just the best at their craft. And, like, she just put on a showcase, like I said. Like, she was just fantastic. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
It was. So, let's kick over before we jump into the monster that is the UFC 226
So,
card.
226 has got me just on another level right now.
Man, I'm so hot for that.
Saturday's going to be a good night.
We've been waiting for this card for a while.
Oh, God, ever since it got booked.
We even talked about it immediately after.
And then it just got better.
Remember,
like the card just kept on growing and growing and growing.
Did.
Now it's 10 fights deep of what I'm excited about.
There's 3 fights on this card that are, fight of the year contenders just immediately.
Oh, my Lord.
But that was what we discussed. As soon as Stipe beat Ngannou, we started saying, okay, who's left?
Who's next?
Maybe he'll fight Cormier, but we never thought it would actually happen.
We thought it was a dream scenario, which would just in a million years never happen.
Because Cormier was on that card too. So yes. that's what brought it up.
That's what made us think. We're like, you know what I'd like to see? A little DC and Stipe.
And it's going down. So, we had a few fights booked this week. Let's kick it off with Oscar De La Hoya. So we've been talking about the possibility of this, and Golden Boy Promotions, Golden Boy MMA is here.
Yep.
Tito and Chuck Lidell 3, the contracts have been signed.
what do we have a date?
No date.
Okay. And what is this going to be on?
Golden Boy MMA. It's going to be a pay-per-view.
Okay. Well, they better stack it. Because, I mean, we have to watch it.
I mean, yeah, you're going to have to bring us some other...
We have to watch it, but it better get better than just that.
Yeah, we're going to need more than just that one
And it
fight.
better not be boxing and then that.
Ooh, I hope not.
Because that would fucking piss me off.
Yeah, I've even tried to watch those Bellator kickboxing.
No,
I can't even do that,
I don't
man.
like kickboxing either. Just something about, if it's not MMA, I'm just not into it.
Although, the one exception I have to this is, remember when we went to the Valor fights and the big fat guy with the double D man titties?
Straight murder show
in that
kick.
kickbox fight,
Yep.
head kick, that kid knocked him out after we were mocking him the whole fucking
man
time.
titties straight rocked the guy, yep.
We were making fun of that dude with the giant man titties.
My favorite part of that whole entire night was that dude getting knocked out after he came out to Moana. Like, the dude came out to Moana and then knocked the guy out. Like,
Yeah, he
was
won.
so fucking
He won.
embarrassing.
What a
That's
G.
embarrassing.
That other guy had to feel like a little bitch.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sure he was just absolutely embarrassed.
That was pretty bad. So we
Trash night, though. God, what
we-
a shitty fight card.
We got that fight booked, and there's this incident with Volkan Oezdemir. I didn't know was going on. Did you know about it?
I had no idea until about an hour ago. Apparently, he got in a bar fight in Florida and allegedly knocked the guy out.
Yeah. So he's facing a felony battery charge and is actually going to a trial.
So it could be serious.
So that canceled his fight with Shogun Rua for a second time.
And now he's looking like he might fight Gustafsson.
Which how the fuck
Savage
how
fight
the fuck
favorite,
do you
by the way.
earn that? How do you go?
That's what I was trying to figure out. It's like, didn't he lose his last fight?
Yeah, his last fight was against Cormier.
All right, and he lost his fight against Cormier, and then you get rewarded, even though the other Swiss countryman, Latifi, beat OSP. So I feel like Latifi and Gustafsson should be fighting each other unless there's some kind of agreement that they refuse to fight each other because they're both from the same country.
That makes a lot more sense to me.
I don't get it.
I don't know what the deal is there. I definitely don't think he deserves to get Gustafsson.
Absolutely not, because Gustafsson should probably be in the running for the next title contender for sure.
And on top of guys that don't deserve a fight, he's replaced with Anthony Smith against Shogun Rua.
The Anthony Smith, that's like one claim to fame, is knocking out old man Rashad. Or did he even knock him out? Did he knock him out?
Yeah, he did.
Knocking out Rashad, old man Evans,
Yeah.
who is like yet another version of Rampage Bellator Jackson. Are we going to see that fight next? Please, God, tell me
Rampage says...
no. Rashad
listen,
said he was retired.
Rampage says that he's going to cut a bunch of weight before this next fight.
I hope so.
Who's he fighting?
He's fighting my boy Vanderlei, the Axe Murderer.
And we saw Chael beat Vanderlei.
Yeah, so not expecting much out of it.
Not expecting much out of him.
I'm really hoping both of them get trainers and take this shit seriously and both get in shape. Because if they do, I would love watching that fight. Like, I'm not going to act like that wouldn't excite me if they both look good coming into the fight.
How's that series went? There's been 4 fights. I can't remember.
I want to say Rampage has won 2 and Vanderlei won 1. But the one that Vanderlei won, he fucking murdered Rampage. Like,
Okay.
it was vicious as fuck. And every one of their fights has been good.
Well, I mean, I'm going to watch it all.
I mean, of course. Of course I'm going to. I mean, we have to anyways. You know, we're professionals here. We watch all the fights. Except for the ones that are just straight up waste management. Super waste management. Hell, we watch those too. Let's not even act like we don't.
Yeah, let's not act like we don't.
watch them all. I mean, we love mixed martial arts. It is what it is.
We still do. So those fights go down. Stephen Thompson wants to fight Robbie Lawler.
That's what I was going to tell you. Beat me to it. Yeah. I don't know about that.
See where he wants to fight him at?
No.
South Carolina.
So why would?
Because that's where Stephen Thompson's from.
I understand that, but why would Wonder Boy get to dictate that decision when he's just coming off a loss? And Robbie Lawler,
I think he won that fight.
I do too, but it's a loss in the record books, so you can't argue with it. So
he wants to
Robbie,
fight Robbie.
where's Robbie from? Like California? I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure he is.
I mean, why? It should be in Cali. It should. You shouldn't get a dictate fight. And be like, oh man, this is your last fight in the UFC. Come to my place.
This is Robbie Lawler's last fight.
I think it's his retirement fight.
I hadn't heard.
Yeah,
that.
I think it's his retirement fight.
Oh.
And Wonderboy wants to be the guy who fights him. But
well, Robbie Lawler's looked good recently.
I thought so too. So I'm not really sure why
He's
Robbie
coming
wants to hang
off
it
of
up.
a loss to RDA. RDA wrecked.
That
him.
might have had a lot to do with his thought process.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe
he's getting older. He's fought a lot of wars,
He has, man.
and like that's a lot of damage that he's taken on his body and his brain.
Personally, for selfish reasons, I hope it's in South Carolina because that's within driving distance.
Yeah, we would probably go to that. Like
Yeah.
that's not that far away.
No, because I'm thinking of all the places they could have it, and there's only one place that even makes sense, really. It would have to be in Columbia.
Yeah, probably. Columbia.
What other sports arenas are there? Unless it was in Clemson.
Yeah, possibly. Clemson,
Or it could be in Charleston.
Charleston. Yep. There's only a few.
The only one that's not in driving distance for us would be Clemson.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. Just depends.
Hopefully it's in Columbia.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot.
That would be really awesome.
That's a 4-hour drive for us. So
I just don't see them giving into the demands of the guy that has the less of the resume.
once again, I'll say, give Knoxville a fucking fight card already.
I mean, OSP is done. We said this last week, so anyone that didn't listen is about to hear it again. OSP fucking deserves.
He takes
a
all these
Knoxville
random.
fight. He takes fights in every weird country and every hemisphere that you can think of. Oh man, we're in the North Pole. We're having a fight card here.
Oh,
man.
nobody wants to go.
Nobody
here.
wants to book it.
Oh,
Call over at St. Peru. He'll fucking do it.
He'll take the fight.
No problem. Give the man his due. Let him
So-
fight. Fuck, what? Let's have a fucking outdoor fight in Neyland fucking Stadium. Let's go. That would be incredible.
I'll take it, man. Let's see here. So that Volkan Oezdemir Alexander Gustafsson fight is.
What if they could do it like on a fucking fight or not football, like UT football day? Like have it after the fucking game. That would be amazing.
100,000 people in there?
Oh my god.
It'd be
yeah.
insane. But they're going to fight at 227. So that card now has Garbrandt Dillashaw 2,
Yes.
Mighty Mouse,
Mouse
versus
and Henry
Cejudo, and Gustafsson versus Volkan Oezdemir. So that card
Jesus.
is looking like another must watch for sure. I mean, we watch them all anyway, but that
Yeah. We really do.
that's a card that's It seems like it's shaping up to
Man.
be deserving of paying for.
This might be another one.
So
We might be split. We might be watching that one via paper. We might be watching that one ordering status.
watch it on HD instead of illegal stream.
That's right.
So, let's see here. Stipe reacting to LeBron leaving Cleveland. You know what my reaction to LeBron leaving Cleveland is? I don't have one because fuck the NBA.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Here's
So-
what my pretend Stipe. Here's what I want. We just talked about this earlier. This is what I want to see. I want Stipe to beat DC, obviously, and then when he does, I want him to be like, "So I don't know if you've been watching the news, but LeBron's gone," and then he's gonna be like, "That's fucking okay, because there's a new king of Cleveland, Stipe Miocic."
I'll never leave you, Cleveland.
I'll never leave you. Cleveland for life. That's all I want to see. Oh my god, I'm so hyped.
Man, that's going to be such a fucking sick card, and we're about to jump into it.
Yes, we are. We're just going to talk about the main card, right? We're just
We'll
gonna talk
cover the
about
main card today because I feel like that's what most people are going to want to hear.
Right.
And then
Dive
Friday,
on the prelims on Friday morning.
Friday we'll cover the prelims.
Sounds good.
Both the early and the regular prelims because there's some pretty good fights on both.
Jesus Christ, yes there is.
We'll break down PFL from the night before.
Jake Shields.
Yo, we got some star power on this one.
Read the horror story.
We got Rick Horror Story.
Yeah.
Jake Shields. We got Khabib's cousin.
So if you want to hear PFL talk, Tune us, listen
Friday.
Friday.
Friday we'll be hitting PFL. We'll be breaking down the rest of this card, the UFC 226, breaking down the prelims, hitting any fresh news, and obviously letting you guys know if anything changes, somebody pulls out for injury last minute, anything like that.
That's likely.
It is.
It's happened like every other fight card.
So let's jump into UFC 226 fight card of the year.
Finally here. Oh my God, I'm so fucking excited.
We're gonna kick this thing off.
What's the first fight on the main card? Let's get it.
Volkan
Oezdemir
versus Khalil Roundtree Jr.
Man, that's gonna be a war.
Yeah, man.
These are two knockout artists, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Volkan world champion kickboxer.
Yeah, Oezdemir.
That's why it was a big deal when he came over. I've been trying to push this guy for a while too.
Roundtree's the beast too.
I don't remember who Roundtree fought last.
I don't know if he's had any significant wins, but the dude puts on entertaining fights.
He was on a main card recently. I don't remember who it was now though. But either way, this should be a back and forth kind of fight.
It's a good table setter for a phenomenal pay-per-view.
Let's see. His last couple fights, he lost to Tyson Pedro submission in the first round. Then he defeated Daniel Jolly with a first round KO, 52 seconds. Then he defeated Paul Craig, who's pretty good.
Yeah. Solid.
First round KO. Lost a decision in his last fight, though, to Michael Oleschik.
Who's this, Roundtree?
Yeah.
I mean, Roundtree just puts on entertaining fights. So it's, like I said, a great table setter for your main super card that we have here.
There's definitely one trend here. If it goes to decision, he loses.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I don't think he builds up enough points to ever win. He just puts on entertaining fights. He goes for the knockout.
Yeah, and we know
Saki does too. So we're probably going to get a first round knockout. It just depends on who it's
by one of these guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Saki won his last fight against Henrik da Silva, and he lost his other MMA fight was previous before UFC. It's been a long time ago, it seems like. Yeah, September 2017, so he's not, it's been nearly a year.
Yeah, that's a lot of ring rust, potentially.
I mean, that was only his second ever fight.
Mm-hmm. And Roundtree's I believe a late bloomer. Like he came in the UFC at a pretty old age.
Roundtree's 6-2.
Yeah.
As far as the ages, Saki's 34 and Roundtree's 28.
Wow. Roundtree looks way fucking older than 28 years old.
Yeah.
He's got that LeBron-esque look.
So, who are you going to be picking this fight?
Sock it to me. I'm going to go with Gohan. Saki! What are you thinking?
Yep.
Saki with a first round knockout.
I'm going Saki with first round.
I'll even say it's going to be a leg kick.
With a head kick.
Head kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, head kick from
I'm feeling you. I'm taking the same thing.
I think Roundtree's going to put his fucking...
Volkan Saki.
He's going to put his guard down for a moment. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm going with that. It won't surprise me if Khalil Roundtree got the win either.
No, of course. Either one of these guys are going to try to knock each other out in the first round. That's exactly what we're going to get.
So next up is a fight that we were supposed to see on the Thug Rose card.
After the Conor McGregor incident. Yep.
Yeah, but thanks to Conor McGregor being a jackass.
Being a complete fuckboy.
We get to see it on this card.
Yep.
Michael Chiesa versus Anthony Pettis.
Showtime Anthony Pettis. Well, obviously, you know who I'm probably going to be rooting for.
Showtime.
Yeah, of course. He's one of my favorites. But, from a professional standpoint, let's hear who they've both fought in the last, couple of months.
I don't have that pulled up.
That's all good.
But
I feel like
Anthony Pettis has not looked like Anthony Pettis.
No, that's what I was going to say. I feel like Pettis isn't the same Anthony Pettis that we've grown to love. He is not the, I'm going to jump off a cage and kick you in the face Anthony Pettis anymore. it would be very nice to see the throwback Anthony Pettis come back. So with that said, what has Michael Chiesa been up to? It's kind of hard to say because, you know, he had glass in his eye last time we heard from him.
Well, last time we saw him, he lost that submission to Kevin Lee.
Which was bullshit.
I don't think
he didn't actually tap out.
I don't know. That one actually looked like he tapped.
No, he was trying to get position, and he barely even put his hand on the ground. Like, it was a bullshit. It wasn't a tap. Like, it just wasn't a tap.
That was a year ago.
Yeah, that was a long time
June
ago.
2017. That was his last fight.
So he hasn't fought in a year?
No, and his last fight before that was in April of 2016.
Jesus, and when's the last time Showtime fought?
And that was again, he beat Benel Dariush by submission. Then his 2 fights before that, he beat Jim Miller via submission and had a decision against
Michael Chiesa has
Mitch
a very good resume for a guy that doesn't have a ton of fights on his card, in his, you know, under his belt.
Yeah, so that's what he's done. Anthony Pettis, last time we saw him out, he got KO'd by Dustin Poirier.
Showtime. Yeah, that's no embarrassing. I mean, that's not embarrassing at all, though. I mean, we're talking about Poirier's top notch.
Before that, he wanted a decision against old man Jim Miller. Before that, KO'd by Max Holloway.
I mean, I'm hearing a trend here.
Before that, he submitted Charles Oliveira.
Listen to who he lost to.
Then before that, he lost to Edson Barboza.
Okay.
Before that, he lost to RDA.
All right, so RDA, Barboza, Max Holloway, and who else? There was another guy. I mean, you're just talking about Poirier. So you're talking about 4 studs.
Yeah.
So to say who's going to win this fight, we're saying that if Chiesa wins, that he's on this 4 fight. You know, the guys that he's lost to, is he on that level? You think he's actually on like a Barboza, Poirier, Max Holloway? You think he's on?
I don't
those guys?
quite think he is, but at the same time, I think the big difference in this fight is that Chiesa's wrestling is so much better than Pettis'.
Yes.
Pettis obviously has the striking advantage.
Oh yeah, he could put him to sleep real quick.
What's going to be Pettis has submission skills, but he has to have the position to do it.
He's got to be in perfect position.
And I don't think he can get that position on the Chiesa. What's going to be interesting is to see if Pettis can stuff the takedown.
Yes, I think he can.
I mean, we know him. He's quick. He's fast.
I think he's athletic enough to.
And obviously, he trains with Duke Rufus. He's a hell of a striker. That fight seems like either Pettis is going to win via KO or Chiesa wins. I feel like if it goes to decision, Chiesa wins.
Yes, I agree.
Or if it goes to the ground, Chiesa wins.
Agreed.
So
what's your decision?
I'm going to pick Chiesa just because it seems more likely when you look at all the outcomes that Chiesa controls more of the outcomes than Pettis.
Yeah, I like your statistical opinion there. But since this is a big time fight, you know, huge fight card. We're talking like Super Bowl status. This is the Super Bowl for fucking mixed martial arts. And if your fucking nickname is Showtime and you don't show up on a fucking card this big, you're done. He'll be Bellator bound if he doesn't win this fucking fight.
Yeah, I mean, this is the fight.
I'm going to go with a Pettis knockout second round.
This is fight card of the year.
I'm
so
going
this
highlight
is the time
reel
you show
knockout
up.
too. I'm thinking like maybe like a fucking spinning back kick.
I hope so.
Something crazy.
We read a comment from him recently where he said he doesn't want to be the fucking gatekeeper in this division.
Yes. And that's another reason why I'm going to pick him, because I feel like he's got a chip on his shoulder.
He needs to win more
and he needs to win more than Chiesa. Because Chiesa, even if he loses, he's in the UFC's good graces because of what happened. Like, they're not going to get rid of him, because if they cut him... but I'm just saying, like,
3 losses.
Even if he loses like a couple times in a row here, if they cut him, they're going to look like a bunch of fucking assholes, because this is a guy who got injured, like, on site by one of their other fucking UFC fighters.
Yeah, now if you look at it that way, too, Pettis has the greater motivation, I think.
True.
But at the same time, Chiesa thinks he is in line for a title shot with a win here.
I mean, egos. Big egos. But we'll see. I'm going to go with Showtime, though.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Showtime. I'm hoping he doesn't let me down.
So the next fight is one that neither of these fighters needs an introduction. Derek Lewis versus Francis Ngannou.
We've been looking forward to this since we fucking found out. The second we found out.
So
you go right ahead.
There's no need to break down what each guy does.
Head hunting. Someone's getting their fucking head taken off.
Somebody's getting their skull fucking exploded.
Yes. Savage fight. This could be Savage of the Year fight right
Both
here.
these guys are fucking big.
Huge.
They're fucking fast.
Savages.
And they have power for days.
And they're nasty dudes. Like, both of these dudes
They
are
both have ill
fucking
will.
G's.
Both of these guys want to hurt the other guy.
Oh yeah, they're gunning for a severe knockout, and then afterwards they're probably gonna shit talk afterwards too.
And take on top of the fact that the way both these guys are naturally, there's been some bad blood here.
Extreme bad blood. It started off with Ngannou talking shit, and of course Derek Lewis fired back with, "Oh, let's fucking go." I mean,
you don't try to run trash talk with Derek Lewis, especially when you barely speak fucking English.
Derek Lewis isn't the one. He's not the one.
So, yeah, at this point, Ngannou, I guess, realizes he fucked up, and he said earlier this week, "I wish Derek Lewis would just shut the fuck up and fight me."
But you open that Pandora's box. You gotta expect massive shit talk from Derek Lewis. That's what he fucking does. He, to me, might be my favorite trash talker in the entire UFC, maybe even mixed martial arts, period. Some of the shit he said post-fight has been just fucking pure gold.
Oh, it has.
Think about some of the shit he said.
My favorite was the Travis Brown one.
Yes. I mean,
oh, I don't know. Or that last fight, he said, "Get ready, girl. I'm going deep."
I'm going deep. I'm going deep when I get home. I mean, he's just pure gold on the microphone. Like, outside of maybe Conor McGregor, there's no one that talks shit better. And I love Derek Lewis's fucking talk better because he's just so fucking savage.
I don't know the full story behind it either, but apparently he did a stint in prison.
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
And then he came out of prison and decided to be a UFC fighter.
Derek Lewis's story is fucking awesome. Like, I mean, he's one of my favorite personally. Like, obviously, you know I'm going to be going for, but I can't. I'm not going to like let that dictate how I fucking pick my fighters.
Is there any chance one of these guys tries to take this fight to the ground?
There is, because Ngannou got embarrassed so hard that he might have been working on his ground game, and he might surprise us.
I've had the same thoughts.
Yeah, we might actually come in. He might go for a double leg takedown, like off the fucking cuff. Get fucking Derek Lewis down. Derek Lewis is just like, what the fuck is happening right now? And he might put him on. He might put him down with a
That's
fucking
an odd
ground
thing
and
that can happen.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side, I've never seen Francis Ngannou throw a head kick.
And don't forget, Derek Lewis also has a little bit of ground game,
I was going to say, Derek Lewis has kicks.
Yeah, oh, hell yeah. He's got kicks.
He's got more weapons. Ngannou may have...
We'll say it like this. Derek Lewis has a deeper arsenal.
But Ngannou has power.
Has the atomic bomb explosive power.
Yeah, if you rank him on Madden, he's not a 99. He's like a 104 in power.
He's 1,006. He fucking kills. Oh my lord! This fight, I'm so excited about this one fight, man. Oh my god!
Me and a couple of guys were talking about this fight at work the other day.
Yeah.
And somebody brought up a good point. Our buddy Justin said, this fight's going to be fucking awesome unless it makes it past the first round.
He's so right. Because these two never been known for the stamina. Never been known. I remember that one Derek Lewis fight. Derek Lewis died. Like,
he lost the fight. He
fucking died, man.
He tapped out due to exhaustion.
Yeah, I mean, he passed the fuck. I've never seen that in my entire life.
Didn't he retire after that fight, too?
He did. He retired, and then he was like, you know what? I'm coming back. We're good.
That was hilarious, man.
And Ngannou, man, he doesn't have the stamina either, because when you're a big, giant dude like that, there's no way in hell you're going to be able to have that stamina.
Let's not make a joke about it. He gave Stipe hell for a round.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, I was worried. When Ngannou was headhunting, I thought it was all she wrote. I thought Stipe
That's the thing against this guy. If you make one slight mistake,
it's over.
You leave your head available one time, and it's probably the end of you. Because Stipe
Yeah.
Stipe's probably the toughest guy out there.
I
He that shot rocked him.
Stipe is the toughest guy out there, and he's also the most tactical. That's why he won the fight, because he didn't make mistakes.
Right.
Because had he made a mistake, he would have got his fucking head.
Well, he
blown
did
off
make
his
one
shoulder.
mistake.
He did, and he almost paid for it too.
And he got fucking
He got
robbed.
crushed. Any other man would have been done. It would have been all she wrote.
Yeah, remember when they asked him after the...
Although, I don't know. Derek Lewis is one tough motherfucker, man. This is going to be one hell of a fight.
Ngannou went 5 rounds without Stipe finishing him.
Yeah, this is going to be a war.
I think Stipe could have finished that fight at any time, though. He was making a point.
I think so, too. Because people ran their mouths about how Ngannou was going to crush Stipe's
I think he was making a
wanted to
fucking
show that he could
silverback.
dominate. Yeah, he could just dominate.
He was banging on his fucking chest.
Oh, yeah, he was just he was trying to show dominance. That's all it was. It was a dominance showing.
So
who you picking, man?
Let's jump into it. You want me to go first?
Yeah, I'll
on
let
this
you
one?
go first.
Francis Ngannou via first round knockout.
God, man. I don't think it gets out of the first round. I think
Derek Lewis,
I'll be surprised if it does.
I don't think he's clean enough. And that's the thing against Ngannou is you have to be so clean.
Because Derek Lewis has lost some fights by not being clean enough.
Yeah, you make one sloppy maneuver and it's lights out. And I think that's what's going to be the end of Derek Lewis.
I'm going to pick Ngannou in the first round, and here's why. He got embarrassed so bad on the Stipe thing, on the Stipe card, and Stipe's on this card, and I think he's going to want to be like, hey, motherfucker, I'm better now. And so I think he's going to showcase what he can do, get the first round knockout. I think we're going to actually see a takedown attempt. I think Ngannou's going to go for a takedown.
It wouldn't surprise me.
And he's going to try to ground it. And if he does get Derek Lewis on the ground, I think it's ground and pound game over. Because I don't know how you weather a storm from a man as big as fucking Ngannou on the ground.
This is a fucking gorilla fight.
I mean, he's the kind of dude. He's the kind of dude that, like, if he ever developed a ground game, holy fucking shit, how nasty this dude would be.
Imagine if you took...
Stipe's skills.
Imagine if you gave Curtis Blades Francis Ngannou's power.
Oh my God, he'd be the champion.
Yeah.
But then again, you can't. There is a thing you can't judge heart, you can't judge grit, and you can't judge just the all around.
And Derek Lewis
toughness.
has all that.
He does. So that's why
It's
this is
a
going to be one hell of a fight. Because I don't know Derek Lewis, and God, he's such a G too. Like, man, I have a hard time.
The
picking
thing
this
that's
fight.
so ridiculous about this fight card is this. I rank this as the fight I'm the third most excited for.
Yes, exactly. And I'm going nuts over this one. This one is so
I would be
awesome.
glad on any other fight card with this being the headline.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, every single fight card that's probably happened all year, almost all year,
Almost, yeah.
almost all year, this would probably be the most exciting fight. Yeah, I'd say so. And we're getting, it's the third one.
So we're both going Ngannou first round?
I guess I'm going to go, yeah, because of just the fact that I feel like there's a huge just boulder on Ngannou's shoulder. Obviously, Derek Lewis isn't going to go out like a bitch.
No.
So, we'll see. We'll see how long it goes. Like, when it goes into deep waters, who the fuck knows what's going to happen.
If it goes beyond the first round,
yeah,
it could be an ugly
it's a
fight.
toss. It could be a cardio. It could be a lack of cardio showing is what it could be. It could be just a pathetic display.
I think honestly though, Ngannou is more likely to have cardio than.
Well, yeah,
Derek
he went
Lewis.
5 rounds with Stipe. So if it goes out of the second round,
If it goes out of the first round, it's probably Ngannou's
first round,
fight.
yeah,
Go ahead and give it to him. But-
Agreed.
All right, man. I'll let you lead into this next fight because I know this is
These are
one
two
of
of my favorites.
These are two of your
These are
favorite
two
guys.
of my favorite fighters of all time right here. So, we've got Maxie Baby, Max Holloway, and Brian T. City Ortega. This, to me, might be my favorite fight, potentially ever. Well, I mean, we're going to have to see what it can do.
This has 5-star fight.
It's 5-star caliber.
This has fight of the year written all over it.
Exactly. Fight of the year, potentially fight ever.
The reason I think it's...
I'm thinking trilogy already. I'm already seeing
both
this.
these guys. I think Holloway's 25.
Yeah,
I may be wrong. I think Holloway's 25. Ortega's 27.
This is
both these dudes got 10 plus years left in
Yeah,
them.
I mean this is like rubber match already. Like I'm already thinking in the future for this.
These two guys are going to hold down the top of this division. This is not the last time we're going to see these guys fight.
No, these are top of the ladder. This is top tier.
It doesn't matter what the outcome is.
No, this is it.
Both of these guys, I feel like this is a situation where we have two guys that stand head and shoulders. It's like DC and John Jones.
Yes.
Where we have two guys that stand so far.
Except this one's so much closer. So much closer.
We'll see.
I just feel like this could be, oh my God, the war that this is going to be has me so fucking pumped.
All right, so let's start. Let's break down each fighter and tell you how they win.
Yeah, we'll break it down.
So how does Max Holloway win this fight?
The way Max Holloway wins this fight is if Brian Ortega decides to stand and bang with him, Ortega will lose. Holloway, he has the most, he might have the cleanest, him and Joanna Jędrzejczyk have the cleanest stand-up game of just anyone I think I've ever seen.
That's the exact word I was going to use to describe him.
Just clean.
He's such a clean striker, fluid too.
Just beautiful striker. Like everything he lands like almost everything he throws.
Same as Joanna, he doesn't necessarily have one-hit knockout power.
No.
But he will pile on you.
He will volume strike you to death. I mean, he will jab you.
And he will land everything.
And he'll land everything, and he will tire you. I mean, he'll just wear you down and make you fucking...
His eye is so good, too. The least opening he sees.
Oh, my God.
The least opening he'll land. It punches, kicks, knees, fucking elbows, spinning back fist, spin kicks.
I mean, his arsenal
he's got the full arsenal.
Endless. And so is Ortega's.
Holloway also has some ground game.
Yes. Well, we haven't seen it much because he never has to really bring it because he usually wins stand-up.
We're talking about a guy who beat Jose Aldo twice. He beat Jose Aldo in Brazil.
And it's not like Aldo was out of his prime with these fights either.
Aldo at this time is a guy that we thought nobody could beat.
No,
we thought he was unbeatable.
And then McGregor touched him up one time. And then we're like, all right, it's never going to happen again. And Holloway does it twice. Fucking unreal. This is unreal.
There's one stat that you can't really put numbers to, and that's that when the lights are on and when it's time to play, Max Holloway fucking delivers.
Yeah. He is.
He fights his best when the bright lights are on.
If Showtime wasn't taken, that would be his nickname. Like if Anthony Pettis hadn't come along, and Max Holloway would be Showtime. Because
for sure.
He just, bright lights, shines at his best. He reminds me of like
the bigger the stage, the better he fights.
He reminds me of that athlete that, just, he brings it on the biggest stage. Like when the Super Bowl happens, it's game over. Like Holloway's winning that bitch. Like that's who he reminds me of. Yeah. It's just really hard to pick against the guy that has
got the Lakers shirt on today.
That's right, I have Kobe Bryant on.
You know what that makes me think of? Robert Ory.
Yeah. Big Shot Bob. Yeah, exactly. Derek Fisher.
You playing an elimination game?
Yeah.
You need one shot, or he's going to hit it.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's Holloway. When the lights are the brightest, he's at his best.
But at the same time,
and the lights are no brighter this year than they will be this weekend.
No. But the thing about that is, I feel like his opponent is the exact same motherfucker. I guarantee you Ortega shines on the bright lights too.
Okay, so let's go jump into Ortega. How does Ortega win this fight? Oh my God.
Ortega has won, he has two of probably the best stoppages you'll ever see in an octagon. I mean, the crazy
he clearly has a knockout.
He put on Cub Swanson.
At this point, I've got him as knockout of the year.
Well,
we talked about it last week.
Yeah, he was knockout of the year so far. I mean, we got half more to go, so we'll find out. But he makes a strong case. And we started the show with the Mortal Kombat. I didn't even think of that fucking
finish him.
Brian Ortega knockout. I mean, Ortega has impressed me just so much every time he fights. He can win standing up. He can win.
And do not go to the ground.
If you go to, that's what That's what I don't know what we're going to... Like, if we get a ground game fight, I don't know how Holloway's going to handle it. I mean, it's like putting a baby seal in a fucking pool of sharks, like when you put fucking Ortega. We talked
about it with Ilima McFarland earlier,
yes.
about it, just watching a jiu-jitsu master when they get you on the ground.
And Ortega is an absolute master.
Ortega's ground game is like if you took Damian Maya and he ate a power-up mushroom on fucking Mario.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't have said it any better.
That's what Ortega. That's what Ortega's ground game is like.
Exactly. He's a fucking animal.
Yeah, and that you were talking about that finish of Cub Swanson.
That was the most beautiful submission I've ever seen. That was crazy.
I can't think of another time when I've seen someone jump on the back and actually finish it.
Anyone do that before? And that Cub Swanson's like a dude you never finish either.
Most likely that always goes to the ground. He finished him on the feet.
Yeah. Like hanging like a monkey on a tree. Yeah, it was insane. You know, he looked like he was like a koala bear. Like a koala bear hanging from a tree. And Cub Swanson just had no choice but to tap.
I don't think he can outstrike Holloway. No.
But at the same time, Ortega evolves every fight, so you just never know.
Well, also, the difference is how we talked about Holloway being a volume striker. Ortega's not. Ortega's a knockout striker.
No. I mean, we'll talk about that right now. Ortega knocked out Frankie Edgar. No one knocks out Frankie Edgar.
That's the first time he'd ever been finished.
Yeah. And he's fought forever. Like, Frankie Edgar's been around since we were fucking kids.
First time.
Like, Frankie Edgar was around when you and I were like hanging around, like eating Lunchables with fucking lunchboxes and shit.
The entire list of people that have KO'd Frankie Edgar is one.
It's Brian Ortega.
And he one hit fucking KO.
Yeah, we're talking about a Hall of Famer.
We're not talking about
shit
had to finish him on the ground. We're talking about one punch in the
Mortal
first
Kombat
round.
Fucking uppercut is what it was. It was a Mortal Kombat uppercut. Jesus Christ, this is going to be a nice fight.
I can't wait, man.
Is this the most exciting? Is this your number one? Because this is probably my number one.
No.
Stipe
versus Dixie is my number one.
Man, it's so close.
Once we get to the end of this card, I don't know if I'll be in my fucking seat.
I mean, we're going to be out of it by the Ngannou. Honestly, we might be out of it before then. We'll have to see what this shit brings.
All right, man. Let's jump into the prediction here.
Oh, Jesus. My heart hurts trying to make this pick. I'm just being honest. So many ways that Ortega can win this fight. And I feel like he just gets better each fight. But then you can't predict clutch. You can't predict clutch. And that's what Holloway, every time you're like, no way Holloway's winning this fight. He fucking goes out and puts on a fucking show. You know what? I gotta go. You know, Holloway has been my guy for like ever. I have to go Max Holloway, and I'm gonna say it's gonna go. Is this a 3-round or a 5-round fight?
Well, it's a title fight.
Okay. Holloway 5-round decision. I'm gonna go with it. Max Holloway by split decision.
Split? You think it's that close?
5-round. Yeah. It's not. There's no way this bitch is gonna be a unanimous decision. There's no way.
I'm gonna go.
That was hard. So hard.
I've been going back and forth on this one for about probably the past 2 weeks, where I've really been trying to.
The only reason I picked Holloway.
Think about it.
Clutch. The clutch. We got to find out if Ortega has that clutch gene.
We talked about it earlier that nobody runs undefeated to the title unless they're just a superior guy like John Jones.
Brian Ortega fits that bill.
GSP. Mm-hmm. Brian Ortega is that type of guy.
This is two titans fighting. This is like cream of the crop right here.
This is. Yeah. Brian Ortega's on that level of guys.
Mm-hmm.
But Max Holloway does his best work at this stage.
Bright lights.
You know why this fight is on this card.
He should be called Max Bright Lights Holloway.
Max Holloway picked this card. He wanted He didn't want to headline his own card.
No, he wanted to be on
He
this card.
wanted to
because
be
it's
on
like
this
the most
card because
special
this
card.
is the biggest card of the year, and he wanted to be on it.
And he even took the fact, he was like, no, I don't even have to be the main event. Put me on this card. That's big time right there.
And just in this situation, I'm picking Max Holloway. 5-round decision.
Yes. Yeah, man, this might
I think
be the
Ortega's too
fight
tough
of
for
the
him
year.
to finish.
No, I think they're both too tough to finish. I think Holloway's got so much grit.
I'm taking Holloway. I'm not going to use him. I wouldn't recommend using either one of these guys on DraftKings.
Do not pick this fight. No.
I wouldn't recommend betting on this fight either.
No, do not mess around with this fight. This could go a million different ways.
This should be a master level, like all-time great fight.
We could literally talk about this fight for
another
hours.
hour.
For hours. Like, I could talk about this fight all day long.
All right, so we got one fight left.
Oh, shit.
And it's for the baddest man on the motherfucking planet.
Yep, baddest man of the planet championship.
Stipe Miocic.
This is a dream matchup. This is a literal dream matchup. Daniel Cormier and Stipe Miocic is like a fantasy world matchup we never thought would happen.
I don't think there's a need to go as in depth on this one as we did with Holloway and Ortega.
No.
These two guys are so well known.
This is legends. These are already Hall of Famers.
Stipe's underappreciated, but
oh god, yeah.
Stipe doesn't really have any one thing that he is the best at. He's just very, very good.
He's extremely
at
well-rounded.
Everything.
Yep. There's no holes in his game.
He's not the greatest striker, but he's damn good.
Nope.
He's not the best wrestler, but he's damn good. You know.
What makes him just, I think, heads and shoulders better than everyone is just that fucking Cleveland grit, you know, that
it's
fucking,
the Cleveland grit. His parents are immigrants.
Yeah, it's just the way he is. It's just who he is as a person. His mental and physical toughness makes him better than every fucking
Now let's
body.
be clear about this. Whoever wins this fight, we're not talking about the greatest heavyweight of all time anymore. We're talking about whoever wins this fight's in the discussion for the best MMA fighter of all time.
And if Stipe wins, it's 100%. 100%. Like, because Stipe, I mean, you throw out that bullshit loss to Stefan Struve, he's beat every fucking body.
He wrecked the entire division on his way through.
Every single contender in the division.
Now, if you jump back to DC, his list of accomplishments is even longer than Stipe's list of accomplishments.
Yes, that's ridiculous.
He's won heavyweight Grand Prix.
Yep, he has. One blemish, though.
He has only one guy has ever beaten Daniel Cormier.
Twice.
Beat him twice.
Which is huge.
Which is the same guy that's looming.
This is why you can't put him. See, if Stipe wins the fight, I think he's the greatest of all time.
If Stipe wins the fight, I honestly think he has to fight John Jones.
But that's what I'm saying. And I guess you could say the same thing both ways because
if DC beats Stipe, he has to fight John Jones again.
You can't say that John Jones is best of all time by default. By default, because he's
no matter who wins this fight, they have to beat John Jones.
And the thing is, DC could beat Stipe and then beat fucking John Jones. And guess what? John Jones is still the best.
He still lost to him twice.
He still has to beat him another time. And then another time after that. So Stipe, his road to being the greatest of all time is a lot clearer and a lot less
So
murky.
when DC has fought at heavyweight before,
yes,
he's had a big speed advantage. Is something that
that won't be the case.
That he's taken to the bank.
Won't be the
Stipe's
case.
a superior athlete, though.
Yeah, that won't be the case.
Stipe was I want to say, did he play college baseball?
Yeah, either he played college baseball or he could have played college
He was a
baseball.
college wrestler, and he was a really good baseball player. I think he played college baseball. Stipe is just a really good athlete all around. He's fast, strong. If I'm looking for a textbook...
He has no weaknesses, Stipe Miocic. He has no weaknesses.
That's the thing, is you're always looking to attack somebody's weakness, and he doesn't
really
have
doesn't
one.
either, per se.
Cormier has a striking weakness.
But he's been knocked out viciously, so...
Once.
Yeah, once. On his last fight.
Yeah.
Last time he,
I know.
his second to last
I know
fight.
John Jones is going to try to kick me in the head with his left foot, but he's never going to do that.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. I think it was his left foot. Might have been the right foot. But either way, Cormier called his own demise.
My only knock against Cormier, because you and I have been huge Cormier fans for a long time.
Yeah.
He's been talking too much shit lately. Like it's almost like he's been trying to be like one of these new age guys when he doesn't need to be that guy.
I don't ever remember him doing that before.
He didn't.
Because the thing with John Jones was a whole different thing. Those two have a beef between them.
But he has been very respectful. Him and Stipe are kind of like they're very cool.
I haven't watched Embedded yet, but apparently DC went to Stipe's firehouse.
Oh, that's awesome.
To meet all the guys there.
I feel like these guys are going to be cool with each other no matter what happens in the fight.
Yeah, these are two professionals.
Did you see the little piece before they even had the fight set up where DC went to go hang out with Stipe in Cleveland?
No.
It was awesome. I don't know what it was on. I think it was like on Fox Sports South one time when I was watching it. Just randomly had it on. And yeah, they were like acting like they were boys. It was really cool.
So obviously, I mean,
there's a lot of mutual respect.
Obviously, if
between
we're
these two.
talking about guys that are in the discussion for being the greatest of all time,
I mean,
win
or loss,
they're professionals.
Win or loss, these guys are still
They're
in the argument, no matter who wins or loses
for sure.
this fight. Like this is just a dream fight. Like I'm just so excited because this is something like you see on a video game that you don't see in real life. Like we don't get these kind of fucking fights most of the time.
So how do you see this one going?
We might have another five round decision fight. This might be another just epic clash. A lot of takedowns, a lot of wrestling. I feel like there'll be a lot of ground and pound from each one of these guys.
Yeah, I feel like this fight's going to spend a lot of time on the ground.
If Stipe and DC stay like in the stand-up game too long, Stipe will knock out Daniel Cormier. But I don't know.
That's a guarantee.
That's a guarantee, yes. Because Stipe has slept plenty of fucking heavyweights that are a lot bigger than Daniel Cormier.
He slept Verdum
in Brazil
while running backwards.
The Michael Bisping special, as we like to call it, when he fucking put away Rockhold.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, do you want to go first?
I'll go first on this one.
Okay.
I'll tell you my result and then I'll tell you why.
Yeah,
I think Stipe wins in the second round.
Ooh, really?
Second round knockout.
Early.
Yeah. Now, the reason I'm going to say this is because DC tends to take guys to the ground and dominate them.
Yeah, that won't happen.
Stipe is way too strong. I think there's a big strength disparity between these two guys. As strong as Cormier is, I think Stipe is that much stronger. And then you take on top of that, Cormier's given up, I'm not going to be 100% on these numbers, but I'm pretty sure he's given up 6 inches of height and 9 inches of reach. 9 inches of reach.
That's a lot.
I don't know how Cormier has any chance of taking. He's not
stand
going
up.
to be able to shoot. He's not going to be able to shoot a single or a double leg.
He can't stand up with him the whole time either.
The only way he's going to be able to, for him to take Stipe down, I don't think Stipe even goes for a takedown. There's no reason for him to. He's such a better striker than Cormier.
Yeah.
And the only way Cormier,
I think Stipe's going to let the fight come to him.
So he can't. There's no way he can close enough distance to get a single leg or a double leg.
Mm-hmm. He'll have to trip.
He'll have to trip him. He'll have to get him into a hold and trip him out of a grapple situation.
It'll be tough to do.
It's gonna be tough to do, giving up that the reach is the big deal. 9 inches, man.
That's a lot of reach differential.
And Stipe, he throws knees, throws elbows.
He throws everything.
He doesn't throw head kicks. He
That's
can,
true.
but he doesn't. So I think it all leads up to just. I think Cormier is going to throw everything he's got at Stipe.
Hey, he might throw a head kick.
He might.
He might throw a head
I've
kick.
heard him talking about it.
Well, he might throw a head kick because that's how DC lost to John Jones last time.
Plus, in this situation, DC is so much shorter that he doesn't have to get that kick as high.
No, not at all.
He's got some tree trunks.
Yeah. Oh, if he lands
got a big
fucking
fucking
head kick,
foot,
it's
too.
over. Yeah, it's over.
So I think Cormier throws
Cormier has a big ass head too, so
I think
it's hard to miss that.
My final prediction: I think Cormier throws everything he's got at Stipe. Stipe shuts it all down. Stipe knocks him out, and he leaves Cormier crying like Ronnie on Jersey Shore.
How many times did Ronnie cry this season? Like, it was endless.
I lost count.
It was endless. One episode, just endless.
All right, so what are you going with here?
I also think it's going to be an absolute showcase for Stipe. I mean, we've been talking about it for a week. Like, it's not a surprise we're both going to go.
This is his
and
chance,
still,
you know.
This is the chance
to make him a true
for
superstar.
Stipe to be a household name.
He's been so
I mean, we see him on Modelo commercials, but you know, like we don't see him much else.
We may have to. I may have to drink a Modelo.
Modelo
for the fight. Just for the fight.
Just for Stipe. So I just feel like Stipe is just better at pretty much everything than Daniel Cormier is. Like, no disrespect to Cormier.
Minus wrestling.
Stipe has the advantage, and the reach advantage is huge.
And even Cormier's one advantage is wrestling, and it's not
huge.
It's not a huge advantage.
Because I'm pretty sure Stipe wrestled.
He wrestled in college.
Yes, so like he's no slouch. I feel like you said, Cormier is going to throw everything that he possibly can. I think he's going to get demoralized because he's going to realize Stipe is better than him at like everything. It's going to piss him off. He's going to get super flustered. He's probably going to put his head down, and then Stipe will sleep him. And I'm saying probably the third. Let's go third round. I think that there'll be a TKO in the third round. I think Daniel Cormier will pretty much throw everything that he possibly can at Stipe. And I just think it's not going to be enough. And then I think Cormier is going to get flustered. And then I think Stipe is going to catch him. And when he catches him, he's going to drop him. And he's going to ground and pound him. And it's going to be all she wrote. And then we're going to hear, and steal.
All right, man. I can't wait for this card.
I'm so pumped.
So, you guys got our picks.
What time for the city?
We'll be back with you guys Friday when we break down the PFL. We got a couple big names on the PFL to break down. Till then, stay savage. Keep telling people about the show.
Keep our subscriptions up. Let's go.
Keep building our base up. You can follow us as always on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Podbean, Stitcher. You can find us on MMApodcast.com. Shout out to those guys. You can find me on Instagram, savage_emiddle.
Don't worry about me.
You can find Bart.
You find me somewhere
on Instagram at BartGreg_Savage MMA Show. I think, or the other way around. It's one of the two. Follow us on Twitter. We're definitely going to be live tweeting throughout this fight. Till then, we'll see you guys Friday. Stay savage.
Stay savage. And one